even look there to record through. So now
oh, it's
recording.
on. Okay. Hi.
Welcome everyone. We're so excited to have such a large turnout tonight. This is the fourth LeClaire Candidate Forum that the Friends of the LeClaire Community Library have hosted. My name is Maggie Tinsman. I'm president of the Friends of the LeClaire Community Library. We're hosting this event, and there's also refreshments that the Friends are sponsoring in the other room. Keep in mind, the Friends are always recruiting new members to support the program at our wonderful library, and there are membership forms next to the refreshments. I want to say thank you to the LeClaire Civic Center for donating the space for this evening's forum, and also to all of the candidates who agreed to participate, and then to all of you who are here to learn more about this event, or about each of our candidates. The candidates will be given an opportunity to give a brief timed introductory statement, and then moderators will begin asking the candidates questions in rotating order so that no candidate is always queried first. Questions that cover a variety of topics have been collected anonymously at the LeClaire Community Library circulation desk over the past month, and they have been collated and organized by our moderators at their discretion. The moderators will let each candidate know how much time is allotted for each question. The timing will be done, and Chris is recording this event, and a copy will be available at the City Hall. Maybe as soon as tomorrow, but play that by ear.
Talk to Ed.
Time constraints may limit the number of questions asked. Our moderators will determine when it's appropriate to end the presentation. Audience members must refrain from any reaction to the candidates' comments. Civil behavior is expected at all times, and anyone not abiding by this rule will be asked to leave.
Let the tall guy.
Now I'm pleased to introduce our distinguished moderators. We have Iowa State Senator Maggie Tinsman and Hutchinson. Thank you for coming, ladies. Maggie Tinsman is a former Iowa Senator and Scott County Supervisor. She's a mother of 3, a grandmother of 8, and a resident of Wentland, Iowa.
I don't feel like I have a
She's
very
an active member of her church, serving as a lay minister and a leader at the diocese and national levels. Both University of Colorado, PA Phi Beta Kappa, and University of Iowa, NSW, are alma maters. She also holds an honorary Doctor of Public Service degree from St. Andrews University. In 2007, she launched a policy analysis and consultant business called Maggie Tinsman, LLC, specializing in advocating for early childhood education development and lobbying for health and human services issues. She promotes public service and elected politics for women through a partnership with Senator Jean Lloyd Jones called 50-50 in 2020, designed to achieve political equity for women in Iowa by the year 2020. While in the Iowa Senate, she drafted a bill criminalizing human trafficking and has since become a major speaker on the global and local problems of human trafficking. She continues to hold positions in many local, state, national boards and commissions. Ann Hutchinson served as mayor of Bettendorf, Iowa from 1988 until 2004, and she ran for Congress. She ran for Congress, 1st Congressional District in 2002. She retired as the director of the Eastern Iowa Small Business Development Center in Davenport following 9 years of service. Ann's business experience includes ownership of First City Mortgage Corp., Senior Vice President of Real Estate Lending at Northwest Bank in Davenport, and President of Security Bank of Bettendorf. Ann is a graduate of Bettendorf High School, Augustana College, the Prochnow Graduate School of Banking at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and the Certified Business Advisor Graduate Program at the University of Toledo College of Business Administration. I will now turn the program over to them, and they will explain the format, timing, and describe their method of arriving at the final questions. Again, thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
It's wonderful to see so many people here tonight.
Do you know if there's a way to zoom this? Do you know anything about it?
No, I don't.
It just looks like I'm ready
We
for
have
it.
compiled questions this evening from
don't mess
33
it up.
questions that were submitted at the LeClaire Library over the past month.
And we place those into broad categories. So if you submitted a question and you don't get a specific answer to your question, it's because we kind of put them all together so that we can get the most broad categories that we possibly could. The candidates will have 2 minutes each to respond to the questions. And with that, I think I'll go ahead and get started. Our first question tonight is regarding economic development.
Mrs. Hutchinson, we told them they could have a 2-minute opening.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Everybody gets a 2-minute opening. Then
Yes.
we'll do the questions. They get 2 minutes to respond to the question. They get a 1-minute wrap up at the end.
Yep.
Right?
Good evening, I'm Ray Allen, and I have, well, just a little bit background. I lived in LeClaire for almost 25 years now, and I'm currently on the city council. I live with my wife Connie, and I've got 3 kids, 4 grandkids, and 1, I can't say great dog anymore, I say great dog. Anyway, I am on the city council, and I was elected, well, first of all, I was appointed in August of 2013, and then I had to run for election in November of that year, and was able to stay on, and I've been about 2 years, a little over 2 years into that now. And, I think going back and looking at it, I think at the time that happened, I was pretty much unknown in LeClaire, and I think it was really my qualifications that probably allowed me to be on the council still. And those are basically that I'm a CPA. I've got over 40 years experience with helping businesses solve problems, basically. And 33 of those years with McGladrey as a tax partner. And I also have a consulting firm of my own that I continue to consult with businesses and do tax work. And I also chaired the LeClaire Budget and Financial Review Committee, the BRC, from 2009 until 2011, and that's where I gained most of my knowledge about the city and its operations, and we actually ended up with a balanced budget after that time period for the first time in LeClaire for a number of years. And basically just from the work that was done, and we were able to do that without really sacrificing any services in the process. I also have served as a board member. Oh, the time is up? Okay. Sorry about that.
Good evening. I'm happy to see this many people here, and I thank you for coming and to listening to some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about. A little background on myself. My name is Bob Scannell. I've been the mayor for the last 8 years. My wife, Rita, and I have been married for 51 years. We have 5 children, 14 grandchildren, and 1 great-granddaughter. We've lived in LeClaire for 39 years. I was also mayor and on the council from 1980 to 1990. I feel that LeClaire has moved forward since I've taken the reins. Council has to do to get into what they think is what the city needs. We have balanced the budget the last 4 years. We also have lowered the tax levy down to the lowest it's been since 1998. So we are doing what we need to do. Yeah, your taxes have not gone down, but it's not because of the city. It's because the county assessor, if you look at your tax statement, you'll see that your tax valuation has gone up every year. And also the state has brought down the rollback so that you or raised the rollback so that you end up paying more money. And I take credit for a lot of the items that the tourism is now faced with, that our town is beautiful. We are a destination now, not a pass-through. And I hope that come November 3rd, you will vote for me. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jesse Anderson. I've lived in LeClaire for about 5.5 years now. Moved here with my wife and daughter at the time. We were looking for a place to grow our family, and we've since had a son as well. We picked LeClaire because we thought that it was one of the safest, most beautiful, most entertaining and fun places to live in the Quad Cities area. And I wanted to stay in this area. I grew up on a farm. Lived downtown Davenport for a while. I was going to college, lived up in Bettendorf for a couple of years, and then we decided to move out here and put down some roots. I was nominated or appointed unanimously to the City Council almost a year ago, to this day actually. I was appointed to fill a vacancy there. I previously served on the IT committee. It was a newly formed committee. I've done some work there, got to know some of the council members. I try to stay up to speed with what's going on with local government politics anyway, so I thought that I was ready to step into that role and fill that position. As far as other community service, I try to stay engaged as much as I can. I certainly enjoy spending recreational time here, but I've helped with other events and stuff that have been in the area. My experience is I've got a double major. I double majored in political science and public administration at Augustana. I spent most of my time, I worked full-time through college, spent a lot of years in the same industry that a lot of the businesses are in down here. I spent time in food and beverage, entertainment, hospitality, and then I moved on and kind of changed paths in my career, just to have a little bit more family time. Those hours can be long in the entertainment and service industry, so I've been working in manufacturing and business consulting for about the past 10 years. And the reason that I'm running is actually pretty simple. I care about my community. I have a vested interest in how my tax dollars are spent, and I think I have a good deal of experience, working knowledge of how government operates, and also plenty of business experience to help keep LeClaire moving in the right direction. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Terri Applegate, and I'm running for re-election on the City Council. I moved to LeClaire in 2007 and immediately started serving in various capacities in LeClaire. I have previous experience in municipal government in Michigan and came with a letter of recommendation to my first place of service on the Planning and Zoning Board. I'm a certified appraiser and I own a healthy business, LeClaire Antiques and Appraisals. I've served on planning and zoning until I was elected to City Council. I have also served on the Museum Board and the Chamber of Commerce Board, the Civic Center Board, the Library Board of Trustee, Marketing Alliance, and our Economic Development Committee. I volunteer as a founding member of the River Valley Optimist Club, the LeClaire Information Center, Friends of the Library, and the Children's Ministry Director at a local church. While serving my community, I've been instrumental in attaining a new children's library director, a farmer's market. I've worked to revise and improve road construction specifications, proposed a regular maintenance plan for streets, prepared for a city cable channel, and initiated the TIP application and policy revisions. I continue to push for updating the city comprehensive plan, which is a legal tool to protect the health and welfare of our citizens and our businesses. I've been married for 40 years. I have 2 sons and 5 grandchildren. And I'm sure I'm involved in so many things you guys are probably sick of seeing me. But if you want to know the background and the ins and outs of LeClaire, I'm living it. I'm passionate about it and passionate to serve you. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dennis Gerard. My wife, Ellen, and I have been residents of LeClaire for going on 8 years now. We have 3 boys, and they're all grown and out of the nest. We have 1 very cute granddaughter. I'm a graduate of the University of Iowa Business School. I'm a member of the LeClaire Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and I'm a member of my church's pastoral council. About a year ago, I retired from Kona after 34 years. One of the main reasons I did that was so that I could have more time to get involved in my community, my church, and some charities. For the last 15 years, I was Senior Vice President for Kona, I was responsible for a $500 million business and about 1,500 employees. So my job required a great deal of time and travel, and between work and family, there really wasn't any way that I could commit enough time to be more involved in my community, but now I have that time, and I'm happy to be here. So here's the thing. I am not a politician. I don't have a personal agenda. I do think there are some things that I can do and some experiences that I have that can help the city and the city council. So I know how to work with people to get things done. I had a great team in my company. We got a lot of things accomplished as a team together. I have years and years of strategic planning and budgeting. That's the life of a Kone person. If anybody in here knows Kone, you'll know that that's how we lived. So I know how to make a budget and execute a budget. And over the years, I've had a lot of experience problem solving. We had many key issues to address. And the best way to do that is to get your team together, get all the data and all the facts, listen to all of the issues and all sides of the issues, and then work together to make an agreed decision. So maybe most importantly, I'm a straight talker and I'm going to shoot straight. I'm not going to tell you one thing and your neighbor something else. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jason Wentland, and I appreciate each one of you showing up tonight. I know I had to fight the weather a little bit. My wife and Megan and I moved here 10 years ago and are very blessed with 3 young boys that were born here in the Quad Cities, 7, 5, and 3. So if there's any babysitters in the audience, we'll take you up on that. Over those 10 years, we saw a tremendous amount of growth here in LeClaire, both business and residential. And I was very fortunate to be involved in some of the growth of LeClaire. A lot of you in the area, I coached your kids in the Little League and soccer, and that's been very fortunate for me to be able to see that growth. There's been a lot of successes that have been decisions that have been made in the past by previous council members and previous mayors, and I want to make sure that we continue with those successes and those wins. We do not want to focus our efforts on things that we think are wrong with the city. We need to focus on things that are good with the city and continue to get involvement and growth in both the business and residential area of LeClaire. We need to use these past decisions as a guide for the future. I am very involved in LeClaire. I was a coach both for the Little League and the soccer. I'm a Cub Scout volunteer here in LeClaire. I serve on the Trinity Lutheran Church Preschool Board. I'm also on the Scott Community College Foundation Board of Directors. So I'm involved in the college here at Scott Community College. I also serve on the Scott Applied Tech Advisory Council. Above and beyond all the involvement in LeClaire, and my involvement especially in the children in the community, I bring a lot of experience to the table. I served on the park board from 2009 to 2014, and this foundation, these fundamentals that you need serving on a board here in LeClaire are key, vital components for a city council member to be available and to be able to make the right decisions. I was a volunteer firefighter while in college, and I started a small business from the ground up. And those of you that are business owners understand that what it takes to get buy-in and consistency and employee involvement to build a business from ground level. And I want to do that on the council. I want to start from the ground level. I want to build it to where I know we can get it to. Thank you.
I'm walking with the camera. I'm going to make everybody sick that's watching this DVD. Sorry.
Okay, now we'll start with the questions. Our first question is on economic development.
Did I turn that off?
Is that better? I can even hear that. First question again is on economic development. There's been significant development in the downtown to attract tourism in the past few years, but some questioners felt that the rest of LeClaire has been left out. How would you respond to that, and what's your vision for the future economic development efforts in LeClaire?
Yeah, 2 minutes. It's up to her. I'll let her make that call.
It was kind of tough. I think with the downtown and the other parts of LeClaire, there is a legitimate concern about whether too much attention has been given to the downtown and not enough to the other areas. But tourism is one of our target industries. It's been a good one for us. And it is important to continue to nurture it But on the other hand, we've got a lot of things going on in the city that we can't get to with the current budget situation that we have. You know, we have hotel motel tax available that is to be used for at least 50% for tourism and recreation. And so I think the recreation part of that maybe is a little bit behind where it could be. So I would like to see us be able to do both and be fair to both of those and to the residents that we've grown so many residents with children and everything, and we've got to address those issues. And it shouldn't be all about tourism, and it's not all about tourism, but it is important to do the other things well. Thank you.
Ready? Our economic development has really grown in the last few years. And we have brought in a lot of new businesses that every one of you like to come down and eat at the restaurants.